Okay, just a quick summary over what I did today. So I did 18 minutes, a little more going into today from yesterday's, the 8,400 that we discussed yesterday. Not going to go over that too much. Woke up, did some stuff, and then I sourced for about an hour and a half, and then took a break, and then sourced for another hour and a half. So during those two, actually 3 hours, those two sessions, I went from 84.88 to 17.6. So those 3 hours I sourced $9.1 thousand. Made dinner, rested, didn't do much. And then almost 4 hours, I went from 17.6 to $26,000 on the wholesale order. This is broken into 9.8 thousand is what will be shipped to me next week. Once I finalize the order, and then 16.2 thousand, which is back ordered. So I'll receive that. We'll receive that anywhere from 2 weeks to a month and a half or so. So we've already spent $27,000. So if we're trying to sell 3.5 million, that means we need to spend about 1.5 million, a little over a two times ratio on what we our revenue for what we spend or COGS wise. So saying we almost spent $30,000 out of 1.5 million, that is almost 2%. So just in the last 2 days, I've did 2% of our sourcing for 2024. That's pretty awesome. That's if only I can keep it up. We'll see. We've still got a couple wholesalers I need to purchase from. This whole wholesaler is finished. They'll get back on Tuesday, and I'll work with them on this order. May make another small order next Thursday or Friday with them. It'll be much smaller, maybe 5 or 10,000. But then I'll work on the other two wholesalers, three wholesalers I need to purchase from, as well as some OA, and of course RA. For tomorrow, I'm not sure. I'm hoping to work more than the like 8 hours that I worked today. I would like to work more than that. We might do some RA, just depending on how everything's going. I'll do the small wholesaler next, probably. It'll only take maybe 3 hours or so. It'll be a much smaller order. I'll do that order. And then maybe some RA. Even if we don't do RA, or if we do RA, I will also work in the warehouse preparing some stuff. There's a lot of Marcus questions where if our prep helper doesn't know what to do with it, she'll put it in a tub for Marcus questions, and I've got like 10 or 15 tubs of those. So I'll probably start sorting through some of that stuff and organizing our warehouse. So then once we start getting all this inventory in, and once we start really hitting RA hard, it will be a little more organized, and we won't have as much clutter around. So that will be my priority for tomorrow, the warehouse, as well as at least one small wholesale order. Hopefully get that above the $30,000 spent mark for 2024. Or maybe even 35,000 if I do a little bit of OA on top of it. I've got some cold cash that's expiring as well, so I do need to do that as well. But that doesn't go into COGS because cold cash just makes it $0. But other than that, for today, I was pretty happy with the results. My goal yesterday was to hopefully get the thing up to about 25,000, between 20 and 25,000, I believe, or 25 and 30,000. And we got it to 26,000. So that hit the mark and exceeded. So that is exciting. Would have liked a little bit more stuff in stock, so we could have gotten more inventory next week. But it is what it is. The only thing I wish I would have did a little better is spent a little more time on business, doing something. 8 hours is good. And overall, on average, that would be amazing for this year. But I'm really wanting to hit it hard at this point. Going into January, since our inventory is so low, and there's so much stuff to do. And then by the end of January or February, then yeah, like 6 to 8 hour days is about where I want to be. But right now, I definitely need to kick it up a little above 8 hours, so we can have a strong January. If I slack over the next week or two, our January is going to be pretty rough, because January is all of the warehouses fees from December, plus you got higher returns, plus your sales drop off. ROI starts dropping off because the supply or the demand is lower. It could make for a rough January if I don't really hit it hard over the next week or two. Our prep helper is coming this week for a few days, which will help if we have inventory to do. But I plan on doing some RA for that, so she will have that to do. Yeah, I'll have to link that. We might have to do RA for a few days, so she has enough stuff to do while here. She might have to take Friday off if we don't get enough stuff in. And I can do some OA tomorrow. If I do the Kohl's tomorrow, that'll be being received throughout the week. And that will allow her to do that as well. Plus the $1,200 order I just did on Walmart a couple days ago. That's an hour or two for her probably. Maybe get my wife to do some OA as well. I will plan on her doing that tomorrow, the next day. That might come late next week or probably the week after, because they're a little longer to ship. So just a lot of stuff to do. So hopefully tomorrow is a good day. Work on the warehouse a little bit. Hopefully spend another $5 grand or so on wholesale and OA. And we will see. I hope you guys had a very successful day or are having a successful day. If you have any questions or anything, or want me to discuss anything, please put them below. I didn't really have any topic or tip or anything today. It was just a sourcing day. That's what I did. Basically set up my computer, had the wholesaler up, add a product on Amazon and Amazon.com up, as well as an Excel spreadsheet going through all the stuff that they provide or that they sell, and either using it by UPC, can't find by UPC, do it by title, and then adding everything that I purchased to the Excel. So once it is received, the prep helper can find which ASIN it goes to a little easier, since some of them aren't by UPC. Some of them have multiple listings, some of them are sets, multi-packs. It just, once you have either unlisted, Amazon Inventory Lab unlisted is really nice. But with so much stuff back ordered, I didn't really want to add it to unlisted at the moment. And then also a lot of it is cases where it's an assortment. It'll be like 8 variations in a box, and you don't know exactly which variations are in the box, because they're always switching out new variations. So that makes it extremely hard to do unlisted inventory for that as well, since you don't know what you're getting. But other than that, have a good one.